Welcome back to another week of Recruiting Reality, the show where we pair up hot topics in the entertainment industry with some helpful recruiting tips. And a few weeks ago, we paired up with the Hire Well Hot Corner to do a Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift combo, and we knew we needed to keep it going. We've been seeing these videos on a Swifties guide to football, so we figured I'd bring out the NFL football attire, Liz would bring out her Swiftie attire, and we talked to you about the Swifties Guide to Working with an Agency Recruiter.
Yes, we are so excited. If you haven't heard of the trend, the Swifties Guide to, essentially it was built as a Swifties Guide to football for Swifties like myself who know nothing about football. And like Shania said, we wanted to tie it in with working with an agency recruiter and give you all some tips and tricks on why work with an agency recruiter and how to work with an agency recruiter. So I'll let Shania kick it off on the how to work with an agency recruiter.
Yeah, on the how, it's really important whenever you're working with an agency recruiter, whether it's the first time or your 10th time, to just ask them their process. Each agency works very differently. And even that person that you're talking to may have a different process than the other person that you talk to within the same company.
Yeah.
So my number one advice is to just always ask, like, what is your process? As a recruiter, not just like, what are you going to do for me? Just so I think asking the process is a really big and hot tip. And I think and the other one, which we have hounded on so many times, is just transparency. We want to know everything. I want to know exactly what you need on a salary basis. And since we are that like middleman between our client's company and you, if your salary is a little bit high, I can tell you, hey, they're not going to accept anything over this number. We can negotiate. I can talk to the client by myself and just get their feedback on it. Transparency is super, super key working with any agency. And then the third point that I think is really needed is just communicating effectively with your recruiter. So sometimes that is quick communication, and sometimes that is just making sure that you have all your cards on the table, the recruiter has all their cards on the table, and that you guys don't have a week span before you get back to each other. But Liz, talk to us about why working with
Yes.
agency recruiters is beneficial.
100%. And you'll see in the why that so many of the whys tie in with the how.
Yes.
But why work with an agency recruiter? We have access to exclusive jobs or jobs that haven't quite made it out to the market yet because of the relationships we have with the companies that we've worked with. They'll typically call us and say, hey, we're getting ready to open this requisition. Do you think you might have anyone? Before even posting it on the website. And so for us, we're calling the candidates we have in our pipeline before it gets put out there. So access to jobs that just haven't made it to the market yet. Resume feedback is another big one. Think about how many resumes an agency recruiter, really recruiter in general, looks at on a daily basis, gets feedback from their particular clients. And so we'll be able to really look at your resume, give you good, constructive, concrete feedback on like what works and what doesn't work. And then finally, tying it back in with Shania's comment about salary transparency, we can help you with the salary consultation and kind of making sure that we get you submitted over at a competitive rate because of the relationships we have with clients that we work with. So those are just three reasons. There are many more that I'm sure we'll talk about more in the show as we continue to connect hot topics in recruiting with entertainment trends. So stay tuned for more.
Yeah. See you guys next week.
Bye.